Hello there, this is Dave Motorhead again, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make some shift tube bushings for a late model shifter on the Corvair. They got the little plastic bushings in them, and they always break, fall out, and all that stuff, and I have a little bushing that I replace in the tube, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put on the hat cam and show you what's up. Anyways, out here in the Motorhead garage, it's 100 something degrees outside, and I've got my little swamp cooler going and my house fan going and everything. And anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to put new bushings in this shift tube here. If you look at this shift tube, it's bushings are gone in there, and it's a rattly thing. First thing you want to do is take the coupler off the end of it. This one already has the coupler missing, so we can turn this sideways and pull the inner tube out of the outer tube, and I'll set that up here. And what I use is these little Hillman flange bushings. They look like this, and you can buy these at any hardware store, and they're 3/4 by 7/8 by 1.1 are the ones I use. And what you ought to do with these is when you buy them, you know, they fit in the tube here. If you look, they'll fit in the end, and they're a little bit loose, but not too bad. But they usually won't fit all the way down here. They get stuck. Now, most of these tubes are a little bit worn on each end from where they've been riding on the plastic bushings that break. So these things, you know, they'll only go so far. So what I do is I stick them in the vise here, and take my little handy duty sander deal here, and I just go around in here and sand them out a little bit. It doesn't take much. These things fit pretty close the way it is, but you know, I just sand away on these things until they fit. And if you see, this one here is one I already sanded. It only takes a minute or so, and I already sanded this one down, and so it'll fit all the way up here on the end, and fits nice and tight. You don't want to sand too much, you know, because you want it to be kind of a tight fit, but these are a lot tighter than the plastic ones that come in their stock. So anyways, what I'll do is I will sand this other one down a little bit, and get right back with you. Okay, just a few minutes here with the sanding on that thing with the little drum sander, and it's probably good. So you want to check and see if it slides over the tube here, and it seems to slide pretty easy. And the next thing you want to do is you want to take your tube here, and since this thing slides in and out easy enough, you want to it'll just go in and out. What I do is I take a little bit bigger nail punch, and I go around all four corners of it, and I just give it a little tap. Just bend the ends in a little bit, kind of make it square, because it's just tubing. Some of them fit better than others. I go like that, and then it fits nice and tight in there. And then once it's in place, I'll take my little this is a sharpened drift punch here, and I'll stake it just right on the edge, and just bend the metal in a little bit, and that holds it. You can also, if you feel like it, like on this end, you can drill a little hole in there if you want. And you can actually, you know, if you're careful and get a short enough screw, you can actually put a screw in there and pin it so it doesn't come out. Anyways, so now that I've got my holes just a little bit closed up on each end, I can put my bushing in there. But I tap this one down a little bit too. You can put your bushing in there, and you can actually pin it a little bit. It doesn't take much. Just a little teeny tap is all you need right on the edge. Couple little taps just to bend the metal down, and it pinches that bushing in there, and then it won't come out. See, that bushing won't come out now. So then I'm going to test fit it. Put it in the hole there. And if it's too tight, you can always take your little Dremel tool in there. That fits pretty good right there. Might be a little bit too tight, but it goes good. And you can put your little Dremel tool in there and hone that out once the bushing's in place. And then we'll put this one in, push it down in place, and give it a little bit of a little tap with the old, make sure it's set in place. And it doesn't take much. You just a little tap on both sides, and you're good. You know, it doesn't really take much, and it pins it in there. See, that one won't move now. And so there you go. Fits like that. And it's a little bit tight, but you know, it's going to loosen up. And what else you can do is you can just take your little Dremel here, and you can open it up a little bit more once it's pinned in place. And you know, this stuff gets it sands down really quick, so it doesn't really take much, and then it'll fit in there. And see, that's nice and smooth now. And you can do the same on this end. It's funny, these shift tubes are wore out more on the ends than they are in the center, from where it's been shifting back and forth all the time. Anyway, all you got to do is just, you know, custom fit it, and these little things are only a couple bucks at the store, and once they're in place, they last forever. And you know, it's super easy to replace these, and I probably will never need to replace it again. That's nice and good there. Anyways, so that's pretty much how you do it. So I got me two nice bronze bushings on the end of that shift tube now, and got stuff flopping all over the garage here. Anyway, this is Dave Motohead, and that's how I replace those shift tube bushings. The old NOS plastic ones I got just break and fall apart. So you know, you can actually glue those things in with sealer or however you want to do it to keep them from coming out of the shift tube. But I just stake them and get them wedged in there, and then if I ever need to replace one, it's easy to pull out again. You can actually put little teeny set screws, little button set screws in them too if you want. So anyway, this is Dave Motohead, and thanks for watching.